What's happening? What's happening? It's a good day today. Military Appreciation Day. That was pretty cool.
Well, how excited are you to actually get to play this week? Assuming you get to play, I guess.
Yeah, assuming I get to play. I mean, I'm always excited to play. Strap on the cleats and go. So, it was a great game last week. Obviously, for us to get the win at home, to start the season off the right way and the right momentum. Those little things really do matter. I believe in terms of just mojo. And just celebrating, knowing how to celebrate in the locker room and on the field with one another and all that. And so I think we got so many great young guys. The rookies look really, really good. They're smart. They're tough. They can catch. They can play ball. They make plays. So that's the first thing you see, I think, from the first preseason game. And then, we've been seeing that all OTAs and everything else. So I think we're going to have a great team. And it's going to be hard to make this team, and it's going to be interesting to see who gets to make it.
First game you've ever missed or sat out of, been held out of. Was that a little strange to have the game kick off and you're done for the day?
Yeah, I mean, I think, for me, I really prepared like I was going to play the whole week, to be honest with you. My mind was, ready to play. And then when I went to, warm-ups and all that, I was drenched sweat, ready to roll. So, I think the biggest thing is just playing the game in your head as you're out there watching, and so I think I missed a preseason game before, in the fourth preseason game, right? Last year, right? Last year, right? But I guess what I mean is in the first preseason game, though. You mean, so I think that more than anything else, it's really getting those reps and just really being ready to play. And I think making sure the other guys are ready to roll too. I think that was a big thing, just making sure everybody's on their details and everything else. And I think it showed and played off great in the game.
When did they tell you weren't going?
I think it was a day or two before the game, probably 2 days before the game. Maybe they mentioned that I probably wouldn't. I don't really think either way. I mean, like for me, the realistic situations are probably going to play 3 to 4 plays anyway, 5 plays maybe in a series, and then it's always good getting out there. I don't know if I liked it or didn't like it. It was just I think more than anything else, I just prepared, get ready to play. Now, it comes to regular season, I'm ready to roll.
Does this mean now Sunday you might play more than a normal second preseason game?
I really don't make those decisions, honestly. I'm always thinking I'm going to play for the whole game, and I think that's coach's decision, and that's always been the case in those preseason games and in any other time. It's just, I'm just going to be ready, and I'm going to have my helmet on and be ready to roll, and that's just kind of my mentality.
Gary Jennings had a big day today.
Yeah, he
He
did.
has a crowded wide receiver room, but was it an important day for him to step up?
I think Gary had a great day today. It was his best day yet. He really needed it, I think, just to be honest with you. I think he just to make some plays, get the ball in his hands, and one, show himself that he can be great in this league, hopefully, and two, I think ultimately just to the team and everything else. It's just the ball hasn't gone his way much for whatever reasons, and but he made a lot of great plays today. I don't know how many catches he had, probably 8 or so, but he made some great ones.
You've known him for a long time. What have you kind of seen from him in his progression?
Well, I knew Gary when he was really young, so just to think about, I think I said to you guys before, he was always a really focused kid, just in general. When I was in high school, he was in lower school, middle school, whatever, and so just he was always like really focused and really athletic, obviously. But I think for him, out here, he's very professional. I think that's the thing about all the rookies. Really, they're really professional. They all have great personalities and everything. And I think with Gary, he's a strong, athletic guy. So today it definitely showed up. He made some great plays. And the key though to this game, right, is not just today, it's tomorrow, right? It's what once you've completed today, it's getting ready for the walkthrough tonight, and then getting ready really for the next practice tomorrow. And if he can put back-to-back days together and learn how to do that every day, then he may have something great there.
Particularly at that spot, do you see guys press? Given there's 11, 12 guys fighting for 5 or 6 spots, and like you said, reps and opportunities and targets are at a premium. So, do you see a rookie like that who wants to show that he can do it, press a little bit?
I think that's a little bit of human nature for guys to get pressed a little bit, to think and worry about what could happen, what may not happen. Like I told the guys when we were in California, the reality is when we were sitting there, I said, guys, the reality is not everybody sitting here in this room right now is going to make the team. That's the unfortunate part. But the fortunate part is you do get to control your own destiny by how you prepare. And so the reality is that for you to be able to relax your mind and to play with great confidence, and there's a reason why you're out here. There's, I don't know, 1,600 plus, football players in the world, NFL football players, and you have the chance to be one of them. And I think that you have to have that mentality, you have to have that belief that you're meant to be out here, and then ultimately, you got to put it on film. When you get to put it on film, somebody else is watching too. That's the thing about this league. There's 32 other teams, and so every time you step on the field, every time you cross the lines, every time you warm up, every time you prepare, every time you study film, every time you have a chance to put the gloves on or cleats on or whatever it may be, it's time. It's go time. And that's why the lifespan's so short in the game. It's only 2.8 years or 3 years. So you got to take advantage of your opportunity now, and you got to go for it.
What do you think about all the hype and expectations around DK Metcalf? Is it warranted given what you've seen in the first couple of weeks of camp?
Yeah, I think he looks special. He can make a lot of plays. You saw it in the game. He's a fingernail off of two massive big plays. So I think he's going to be really special for us. I think the key for him is key for any great highly touted player and anybody really is to remain humble and to keep working. That's just the key. And so he's got great humility. He's got great poise. He's confident. He's competitive, as you can imagine. And he's got all the athletic ability in the world. And so it's our job to give him a chance and let him make plays. And then we also got a lot of other great receivers too. That obviously in Tyler Lockett and David Moore and JB, that they can all those guys can make plays too. So that's the great thing is that we can spread the ball out and make a lot of plays with a lot of guys.
How have you seen DK handle all the attention that's been on him?
I think he's been great. Being around him, I was around him, and we were around each other in LA for the SBs and training down there. We trained at UCLA for a few days. We literally started working out at 5:45 every morning. The guy's focused. There's nobody out there. Just the sun's barely coming up. For 3 days in a row. So I don't think his work ethic and his mentality is ever going to be in question. I think he's going to be ready to roll. And everything else. So I think too he's fired up because I think people doubted him, and I think also he has a little bit of a story. People thought he may not play football or whatever because of his neck and different things like that. And I think that sometimes the people with the stories are the ones that really they're the ones that really come up and shine. Because they have something to overcome.
Russell, you mentioned the 2.8-year lifespan. Cam Chancellor was on Twitter a couple days ago complaining about some of the hit calls. They're a little too soft, and Richard Sherman agreed with them. Cam came back and said it's not football anymore. There's kind of a debate right now. I'm wondering if the rules are getting a little soft. I'm wondering where you fall on that.
I think if the rules are getting soft, I think it's more so of I think it's more so of just trying to be smart in how we're hitting guys. And one for the guy who's getting, for the guy who's getting hit, but two for the guy who's actually doing the hitting. Obviously, because the reality is there has been guys with, brain issues and so on, and neck problems and all that kind of stuff. And I think those are real things. But I would agree with some of the thought that, I'll use the hit the other day. That Blair. The guy's running a seam route, and he makes a great play. He smokes him, but he hits him, in my opinion, pretty clean. But I think to the naked eye it seems too physical, right? But at the same time, the reality is the ball probably shouldn't go there. That's just the reality. So I think that's just part of the game. That's what we grew up playing. So I think as long as guys aren't being malicious, and trying to hurt guys' knees and trying to hit with the crown of their head and. There are some of those now. That's why I think that's the unfortunate part. There are some of those hits, and there are some people trying to do that. So it's trying to find the balance of it. And so, like I said to you guys before, I've always played this game because the physical nature of it. I love this game because of it, and it's just a part of the game. But I think that we do as players want to be smart, and it's just knowing the balance of it and knowing how to hit the right way.
Russ, you mentioned the military. When you see these guys jumping out of helicopters and stuff, boot camp. Have you ever wanted to do that? Have you ever done that? Have you ever wanted to do it?
Have I ever jumped out of a helicopter? I haven't jumped out of a helicopter. I think I'll get in trouble for that one. That's a little risk. That is a little risky. It's always cool just seeing the military come out here every year. I think we do a great job of that. Just the military. I think the NFL does a great job of that, but I think we really do care about it and really do a great job of that. This team organization in general. And there's military around us obviously here, and just to have the Coast Guard here and just so many military people. We do have a guy who played for the Navy and everything else. So I think that all that stuff matters, and we wouldn't be able to play this game if it wasn't for that. So I'm grateful, that's for sure.
Very, very random here. Big news out of Puyallup. Sir Mix-a-Lot announces he's going to open up for Sierra. Just your reaction of Sir Mix, or are you a fan of his?
Of course, yeah. It'll be exciting. I think Sierra's performing here. I think she's doing a big thing at the State Fair. It'll be pretty cool. I think I'm flying to Pittsburgh then, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing it. But you don't want to see me there. But I know a bunch of people are going already, so Sierra's excited, that's for sure.
Are you a roller coaster guy?
No. There's a terrible story behind it, though. It's a long story. But no. And the funny thing is, Sierra really is a roller coaster person, so anytime we go to Disney World, and my kids are too, so like I'm the one person that's like, okay, chickening out, and then they're like, you better get on this roller coaster. So if my kids can do it, I should do it. So I've started to learn. I've started to do it. Funny thing, I had a story when I was in college. We played in the Champ Sports Bowl, which is in Orlando at the time, and my center at the time, he was from Orlando actually. He had a bunch of buddies who, he knew I didn't like roller coasters, and so he has me. He's like, we had this, the express pass, VIP pass, whatever, because the bowl game, everything else, we're going around. And, we're going all around all the scenes. I was like, listen, I'm not doing any big roller coasters, but I'll do anything else, but no big roller coasters. He's like, okay. So anyways, like I said, he's from Orlando. So anyways, we go around and they hit this curb, and there's like a whole bunch of green stuff over here to the right, some green stuff on the left. We're going underneath this kind of back room or whatever, and we're kind of going through the back. Next thing I know, there's a bunch of steps, and there's two lines. There's a line on the right and there's a line on the left. The line on the right's completely packed. The line on the left is the VIP line. And I'm like, where are we going? Bunch of green. I'm like, dude, where are we going? And so in this line in particular, they go, they say once the roller coaster is pretty much full, they say, hey, we need 2, we need 1, we need 3. And the first people who raise their hands, those are the ones who get pulled up. So anyways, he got the person, his buddy, actually at the top. He goes, we need 2, which he already knew the guy because he's from Orlando. It's his buddy. They set me up. We need 2. So I'm like, oh God, what roller coaster is it? So I literally get on. And haven't seen anything, haven't seen like where I'm going or anything. Get on the roller coaster, they buckle me in. They say I have to sit on the edge because I just have to. They lock me in. I'm like, what roller coaster is it? And they go, it's the Hulk. And I'm like, this is terrible. So next thing I know, and so that was my first like ride on a roller coaster in a long time since I was really young. The story before is a little longer, so I won't tell that one. But yeah, so I'm not too fond of them.
Anything else? Thanks, Ron.
Thank you guys. Go Hawks.